Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. And thank you for being here, and thank you to those viewing remotely. I call to order this special closed session meeting of the mayor and city council of the city of San Bernardino at 5:34 p.m. I'd like to call on Pastor Dr. Reginald Wood of Plantation Ministry to lead tonight's invocation. And Councilmember Figueroa, who's the leader of the allegiance. Thank you.
Okay, good evening.
Good evening.
Let us pray. Father God, we thank you for being an awesome God. Father, here we are at a place in life where we need your input and your guidance. And thank you that you're available to us. We ask your blessing on our mayor, our city council members, staff members, and the people of this community. We thank you, Lord, we walk by faith, and we ask you to help us as we make decisions that will benefit all of our citizens.
Amen.
Bless this night, bless this occasion, in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Welcome to join in the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready to begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
Thank you. Madam City Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Sanchez.
Here.
Councilmember Ibarra should be with us momentarily. Councilmember Figueroa.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem.
Here.
Councilmember Reynoso. Councilmember Calvin. Present. Councilmember Alexander.
Here.
Mayor Trent.
Here, thank you. And should be noted that Councilmember Ibarra is on her break. I'd like to start off the meeting with a message. The city of San Bernardino hired a professional recruiter to handle the city manager recruitment process. The process has been handled professionally, and everyone involved was reminded of personnel confidentiality laws. The city council has met in closed session several times to discuss and interview candidates, and we are confident that we will make an offer to highly qualified city manager. In the meantime, we ask that the people respect personnel privacy laws, and we hope to make an announcement soon. Moving on to public comments. Madam City Clerk, do we have public comments?
Yes, we have about 7 or 8 public comments, depending on those in Zoom. First speaker is Les.
Each speaker will have 3 minutes.
Yes.
Make it short. I don't know if it's a rumor, I don't know if it's true, but I know the new city manager, people were saying that you guys are thinking about hiring some guy named Steve Kerrigan, yeah, we don't want him. Please, don't bring him, don't even think about having him, we don't. Second thing, Alexander, that Dollar General on the north end, they're trying to get a liquor license. And we're trying to stop that Dollar General from getting a liquor license. We've been texting you in the group text. You're in the group text with us. You're not replying back. Miss Deborah, her wall is still messed up in Dollar General, messing up her wall. So that's gonna be a lawsuit pretty soon. She is thinking about making a lawsuit against the city because of that. So you guys might want to.
Sir, please, keep comments related to the, what's on the agenda, so.
Okay, well, we don't want that city managers. Please don't bring them.
Thank you,
That's it.
thank you.
Carolyn Tillman, followed by Treasurer Ortiz.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council. My name is Carolyn Tillman. My grandparents migrated to San Bernardino in 1953. I have resided here since 1980, but I have witnessed 6 decades of San Bernardino, particularly having a front row seat observing her decline. It appears that in spite of my hopes that I expressed during the election, that I continue to observe the same whole thing. I recently read an account of a shipwreck that happened during the French expedition in early 19th century France. From reading, and I like reading history because I think we can learn things from history. It's about, the title of the book is called The Wreck of the Medusa. It is about a shipwreck that happened in the early 19th century, and the politics were in France. But politics are right here in the same way. The fiasco recurred as a result of a political decision that ended up in the loss of life, cannibalism at sea, which, and a lot of trauma for those and other individuals who survived. It began because the monarchy decided to hire a loyalist over hiring the most competent captain. Another good read, I recommend for this council is From Good to Great. San Bernardino is sort of good, trying to go to great. Jim Collins suggests that it's not only important for you to put the right people on the bus, but put the right people in the seats, right seats on the bus. And that is not happening when I look at the credentials of this man who's been fired from the Merced City Council because of his financial holding back information, basically giving himself a raise of the taxpayers' money because he worked during COVID. I lastly want to address the invisible influence in your closed door session, and that's the Police Officers Association. And please don't mix my comments of the Police Officers Association along with those wonderful officers who are on the street daily 24/7 taking care of us in this city. The Police Officers Association is more of a political arm, a lobbying arm. I had an experience with them in 2007 when I ran for city council, and I learned a lot about the underbelly of the Police Officers Association. I don't have the time to tell exactly what happened. So I am requesting that the vote be unanimous tonight. If every single council member can't vote on this individual, then we return to the search process.
Treasurer Ortiz, Dan Butch, Dolores Armstead.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Mayor, with all due respect, you can read whatever you want, but you guys don't follow your own rules. You come out and tell the public to be professional. How about you guys just be professional and run an ethical recruitment? First of all, you rehired Kaufman Associates, who all they did was do a name change and pretended like they were a new recruitment company, and they're not. They've been in this city and running recruitments for years, city managers, chief of police. It's the old people doing the same old business. And there's only 418 city managers in the entire state of California. Do you not think people talk? Do you not think that Fontana and Rialto running their own recruitments for city managers doesn't have candidates applying multiple places? That right now, again, San Bernardino is the laughingstock of the Inland Empire because of you guys, not us. We're not involved. I have asked since this recruitment started that you guys allow this community to sit in front of your finalists, so we wouldn't be here tonight. People applying and you want to keep them a secret till the end. Well, this is what it's getting us. And then we find out with a quick Google search that you guys are looking to hire somebody who looks like Rob Field. That's what people are telling us. You might as well call Rob back here because you were bringing an unqualified city manager. And the fact that the community is here tonight is showing that there is something behind what you guys are doing that we don't want to see. This recruitment has failed. There is no unanimous. You're going to unanimously bring the wrong person here. You've done that consistently. What 12 mayors or 12 city managers in 12 years? You're not good at this. This is not for you. There has to be a larger expansion of this process for our community. This is at almost $400,000 a year for one person is a larger conversation than 8 people in a room playing politics. If you want to move the city forward, you have to raise the bar. If you want us to trust you and trust your decisions, then let's do it collectively and stop the politics. What I echo what Ms. Tillman says about the different players, because let's not pretend like people are innocent and the level of politics and money changing hands that happens to me. This looks like what John Valdivia did. There is a reason why there are 5 people on a post that have already changed and put their minds in place. That's not cool. It's against the law. It is against the law for you guys to talk to each other outside of closed session, and you know it, in a larger enough place to put a quorum in place. Come on. Enough is enough. And there's a reason why this is being done in a basement and not at city, and not at Feldham Library, where people can watch live. Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council. I'm Stan Vice President of the West Side Campus, better known as WAG. We've been in San Bernardino since 1972 for 53 years. We have been meeting weekly for those 53 years, including during COVID, which demonstrates our commitment and dedication for the love of San Bernardino City. We do not come here before you unless we think there is a major decision you are contemplating or have made that we believe we have a negative impact on the city, especially the Black community. We are under the impression from all your closed sessions, meetings on the selection of the new city manager, you're having trouble coming to a unanimous decision. And we think for the good of the city, you should come to a unanimous decision. But before I continue, I'd like to ask all those who have attended a WAG meeting to please stand up. Thank you. It was on May 15th, 2019, that Hardy Brown and Don Griggs and I stood on an issue of being more inclusive in your employee selection of hiring African Americans in the police chief position in order to break the string of 114 years of never hiring a Black person as chief. It is my understanding now, receiving good compliments from whites, Latinos, Asians, Blacks at your city council meetings concerning the police department. We would like to think WAG had something to do with influencing your decision hiring Mayor Goodman as chief. Having said that, we are having all kinds of rumors traveling up and down the grapevine in the Black community. For example, you do not want to stabilize the city by asking Charles McNeely to stick around until you locate another good candidate. Someone who will commit to here for a while and has worked and understands the many cultures and customs of the city. Other rumors is someone from the city called the city of the candidate and informed his or her council members that he or she was interviewing for this job. I do not know if that candidate was Black, Latino, Asian, white, but if rumor is true, we have a problem and a bigger problem if they were Black. Another rumor is you are contemplating planning a selection of somebody with lesser qualifications than you think is able to do the job. Let me suggest you rethink that, what you're about to do, and think about what is best for the interest of San Bernardino. A unanimous decision needs to be made. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, here we go again. The mayor on the left side of the dais, trying to find another way to take this city under. You really wanted this to be a secret closed session? The left side and mayor violated the Brown Act. So that you can hire a city manager that you can coerce and bully into continuing to rob the city. That's what happened before. Someone corrupt and easily manipulated, like the last city manager. We know you are looking at the working contracts for downtown renewal and other projects. How do you come out of your pockets? Hiring a CM that does your bidding is the easiest way to achieve your goals. You need to reissue an RFP and hire a new headhunter. If this is the best of your second choice. You sabotage the most qualified candidate with the person too experienced for the city and harder to coerce. You actually use the police officers union to do your dirty work. You had planned on hiring this unqualified candidate, Steve Carrington from Salinas this evening, behind closed doors. Carrington was fired from Merced in 2020 for withholding important financial documents and information from the mayor and council, so he didn't give a crap. So he ain't gonna give a crap about you either. He withheld the financial data from the council, even when the mayor and council demanded the information. He said, screw you, he's gonna say the same thing to you. The big question is, why and whose pockets? The vote was 6-1 for his termination in Marseille. That is a blaring red flag on what he is hiding, that the mayor and council weren't providing information. I'm scared as a citizen of this city. And that's the person you want to hire. Don't you believe he will do that again to this city? We already have a corrupt history. So you're gonna continue? Do you have a candidate that was not fired for not reporting information to the mayor and council? It's another black eye for the city of San Bernardino. You need to issue a new RFP, so there are fresh candidates. There should be a couple of persons from the public, if possible, on the interview and selection panel, since the majority and mayor are unable to do their job. We need a CM that understands they ultimately oversee the city and serve its citizens and businesses, not the left side of the dice. And Mr. Sanchez, please stop smirking, because it shows. Very disrespectful.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Cheryl Brown, followed by Yolanda.
Good. Some people wear their feelings on their sleeve and on their face, so be careful. Good evening, Mayor, Mayor Tran, and City Council members, and friends of San Bernardino. I'm back before you. I hadn't planned to come back, but I started getting all these phone calls about people in the community asking me, what is going on with your community, with your city council? Friday, I spoke to the need for consistency in the management of our city. The dictionary says being consistent means maintaining the same standards and behavior that lead to producing high quality work. The city has had so many city managers, we can't remember. And each time we have to start over again. One new city manager didn't know we had a United Way in our own city. So he decided to give the $6 million that was to go to the United Way. He gave it to Rancho Cucamonga. And then tried to get our city manager, our United Way, to work with them because they didn't know the community. Leadership is important, yes, and consistency in leadership is imperative. It's what gave us this great city that you have inherited. One man who provided incredible leadership was Jack Brown. Jack Brown was the late president of Stater Brothers Market. There was a period that he had to right the ship of that market. He asked the community to invest in Stater Brothers, and many of us brought stock. He was consistent. Now, I have a developer who's asked me, what's wrong with city leadership? Everyone talks about and praises Warren Buffett. They praise his ability, but Buffett follows consistency when making investments. Take your time. Hire a good CEO who has an outstanding resume, and that they will understand the many challenges of San Bernardino. And we still have Charles McNeely here.
Yes.
He can stay here until we make that decision. So please, make a decision, do the right thing. And I pray that you guys come up with 100% and that you do what's right for the citizens of the city of San Bernardino. I'm getting tired.
Yes.
I've been here for 60 years. I am tired. We have replaced each one of you.
Yes.
And it has not changed.
Yes.
We replaced our mayor.
Yes.
We replaced all the city council members. And we still come up with the same, so something we're doing wrong. Thank you.
Yolanda, followed by Maria Polito and Pastor Beckley.
Okay, you guys, my English is not perfect, but I'm gonna try. My problem is I have a lot of homeless behind my house. I went to, code enforcement.
Ma'am, is this regarding the city manager?
Uh-huh,
Okay, so make sure that we just stay focused on the city manager.
well, because we've been going to different places and they're just throwing the ball. We went to the police department, we came to code enforcement and nobody's doing anything.
Can you let her know where you live?
Yeah.
Each address, we have a homeless team, so maybe.
Right.
The address.
Come get your, we'll have staff talk to you, to get
Okay.
information. Okay, thank you.
Right there.
Say that.
Yeah.
Is your phone on?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, nice.
Hi, everybody.
Are you more speak about the city manager?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes and no, but everything is related. Please listen to me. I have more respect for people who sell ice cream than for you guys. It's a shame. It's a shame how you run the city. You promised to us, you will help us to the business. I never see you in my business. I never see you in my area to take a pictures and helping us. Make sure when you select somebody, look the heart, not paper. They have to come and talk to us what we need, because thanks to taxes, you guys here. I help you over there. I help some people over here. You're getting this, and I have a lot of hope. My hope is in the trash because you're not doing your job. Especially you. You promised the business, and the business is down. Thank you.
Thank you.
Followed by Miriam Nieto, Pastor Ray Turner.
Mayor and Common Council, I had something written down, but everybody has basically spoken, and I've come to say, do not hire this man. I can't believe that among you, that the most qualified candidate you can find is somebody who's been fired from a job as city manager and has hidden financial documents and put information from not only the public, but from the city council he served. And that you want him to come here and serve us. We represent ICAAC, is San Bernardino Pastors United, and I speak to the voice of our community. I hope you're listening. This is the people you're supposed to be serving, talking to you. You weren't hired to be dictated, you were hired to be served. It's not your job to shut up, baby. It's supposed to tell you what to do. That's what we hired you for. And we are telling you, we do not want this city manager. So please, let it be a unanimous vote. Don't follow through with this illegal thing that you're about to do and close doors. Don't do that. Because if you do, we got long memories. And we understand that you're not in this position forever.
Yes.
Right.
And we're asking you, as the people you're supposed to serve, take your time. If we don't want him, find somebody. Find somebody qualified. Do what we're asking you to do, and do not hire this man. Because if you do, you're telling us that you're not here to serve us, you're here to serve yourself. And when people make our decisions about that, your time.
Miriam Nieto.
Hello, Mayor and City Council. I am here pretty much saying the same things the community is saying to you all. We have come a long way to get to the stage that we are now, where we are seeing a city manager that is not just talking about what he's doing, but he's actually putting his words into action. And I think that more important is the consistency that he has been doing this work with. He has been consistent in reaching with, talking to the community. He's been consistent in talking to the businesses. He's been consistent in talking to you guys and sharing that information from you guys. So I think that, why do we want to set that back? Why do we want to put ourselves in a situation where we no longer have consistency and we're back to scrambling and trying to figure out what we have to do as a council and as a community? Don't do this to us, council. We are here, we are supporting some of you guys, and we are seeing the good work that some of you guys are doing. Don't let that go.
That's right.
I am just asking that if you guys aren't finding an appropriate candidate, wait, just wait. You guys don't have to answer to any other council, any other people candidates. You guys have to answer to the community. If the community is telling you, don't go there, don't go there. Just wait, take your time, look for an appropriate candidate, and let McNally do his job right now.
Yes,
Just let him do his job. And that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Yeah.
Dear City Council. 1979, I moved from Marin County to the Inland Empire to work at Chapin College. When I left Marin, they told me, wherever you buy a house, don't buy a house in Fontana. Worst place in the world to buy a house. Now I can't afford to buy a house in Fontana. And in fact, it bothers me that my grandson, I don't have any kids that's young as me, my grandson has played all of his childhood sports in Fontana. Because we don't have the adequate sport and different things that Fontana has. So I don't think that I should have to take my kid to Fontana to do while I live in San Bernardino, Texas, in San Bernardino. I look at all the cities around us. When I worked at Chapin College, going up Haven Avenue, all the thing you had was coyotes and grapevine. You go through there now, it's like a metropolis. San Bernardino still looks the same. I live right up off of Marshall Street and East Street, up in that area. That one by that bend that have all this great writing on the wall. San Bernardino, the great American city. We need to have that happen again.
Yeah.
And it cannot happen when we start taking our special interests to govern our decisions. Again, it's time for us to get together and make San Bernardino the great city that it can be. But it won't happen until we start pushing personal preferences aside and look at what's best for the entire city. You know, it's sad that we have to go other places to eat because we have very few. So we need to just come together. That we've looked at the plan that the city manager put together. We've asked different youth council members to come meet with us and ask the religious community how we can help. Fred, you've been on this council longer than anyone. You should see this big change. You know, and so we looked at Mr. McNeely's plan. We think it's an excellent plan. In fact, as of last Sunday, we went to our pulpits and encouraged our congregation to come to city council meeting to support that plan. And we're gonna ask you, when that plan come up for a vote, we're asking you to support that plan. And you know, we can wait on the city manager. We got a good plan. Let's put it into place. If you can't agree on who the city manager should be to run it, then you need to take some time. You don't need a city manager to come in and develop a plan when we already have a perfect plan. We need someone. We ask you to do that. Take a good look at the plan that we have. Take a good look at a person that's qualified and willing to carry that plan through. And then San Bernardino will again be the great American city that I know we can be. Yeah.
Segura.
Good afternoon, evening, everyone, early evening. I just want to ditto everything that was said from the community, especially consistency. That's what we need in the city. I don't know how many city managers I've met with and build relationships with and try to do projects with, and then they leave the next day, right? And that makes it hard for our groups, the grassroots organizations out there trying to build community and build more spaces for community. So we need consistency. We also need transparency. I think Treasurer said it. Why are we speaking here? Why isn't there more seating for more community members to come out and give public comment? And I think also communications with the city. So a city manager who understands communications and building a department where community members know when meetings are happening, when things are happening, that would be really beneficial. I would like to also see a qualified city manager who understands arts and culture and understand how to build an arts and culture department in the city. So long term, we have strategic goals and we can get there. In 10 years, we can have a really flourishing arts and culture program, you know, a department. That's one thing I would like to see. So communications, arts and culture, consistency, and then also transparency. Those are the things I would like to see in a qualified city manager. I would also love to find someone local, like, is there any talent that we can find that maybe left this area because there was no good jobs here, bring them back, understand everything on what we grew up here? I think that's stuff that we have to be looking for, so definitely just listen to the community, wait on this. We're not in a rush to get the new city manager, our intern is doing a good job right now, so. Let's just thank you all for listening, by the way, and really take into heart what's being said here and what's echoed, so.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Next speaker, okay, that was the last of the in-person speakers. We have 3 participants on Zoom. None have indicated that they are wanting to speak. And then we did receive an email communication from Mr. Tim Duran, and that's been provided to each of you, and it's also been published online for public review.
Thank you. We will now convene into closed session at 6:05. Sorry.
Wait, Mayor,
Yes,
you said you have one to read or no?
No.
No, I'd like to make a motion to immediately close the recruitment for city manager and our contract with Kaufman Associates and re-agendize the topic to our next regularly scheduled meeting of September 6th. We cannot hire anyone from a failed process that lacks confidentiality and ethics, which has caused a candidate to withdraw. We need a recruitment that is open, transparent, and includes community input.
city clerk.
No, this is agendized for closed session. We can't be making these actions in open session.
We can make I just made a motion.
You cannot.
Yes, we can.
There could be a motion from the chair on items for the agendized. There can be a motion from the floor on the agenda. Normally, if you are overruling the chair, and I don't know where the chair is on this, but if you're overruling the chair, it does require a supermajority vote to make the motion before you go into closed session. What you can't do is you cannot make the decision. You can't move that we stop the process here because the item that's been agendized is to discuss your city manager. I guess your motion would be more that you are ending this meeting. Is that you would want to adjourn?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because the item of not having a process was not on the agenda. So the things you can do this evening, you can go into closed session and discuss that potential if that's what you want to do. Or you could end the meeting. Because we do have candidates, I will say that we have information. I think it would be good to at least give us some information on where you stand so that we can communicate. If you do want to stop the process, that's something we could agendize for September 6th.
So I'd like to make a motion that we end this meeting
If that
and agendize to September 6th.
is motion a second.
To call the votes.
Councilmember Sanchez.
No.
Councilmember Ibarra.
No.
Councilmember Figueroa.
No.
Councilmember Charette.
No.
Councilmember Reynoso.
Yes.
Councilmember Calvin.
Yes.
Councilmember Alexander.
Aye.
Motion fails.
So we will now convene to closed session at 6:07 PM. We are back in open session at 7:29 PM. City attorneys are anything to report from closed session?
We do not have any reportable action, and we will continue to agendize this matter, and based on the direction the council's given us.
Thank you. The meeting is now adjourned at 7:29 PM. The next regular meeting of the Mayor and City Council and the Mayor and City Council acting as the successor agency to the redevelopment agency will be held on September 6, 2023 at the Belltime Central Library located at 555 West 6th Street, San Bernardino, California, 92401. Closed session will begin at 5:30 PM. Open session will begin at 7 PM. Meeting adjourned. Thank you.
I just finally want to say, we're not going to show up.